So determining a privacy policy. You need to collect and store names and email addresses. That's private information. An email address counts as personal data under most relevant privacy laws and regulations, and is therefore enough to trigger requirements for privacy policies. Having a privacy policy may increase your audience. A potential subscriber will be reassured by you having a privacy policy and will be more likely to trust you not to misuse their email address. In turn, they'll be more confident about signing up. So now let's look at a few examples here. If we go to my website, dannysnyder.com, I have a link on my website saying newsletter. Ta-da. Find out about free webinars, free artist resources, discounts on merch, and more. Tripping over my words today, y'all. I need to drink some coffee. So here, people can subscribe to my newsletter. You can put their email address in. And underneath, I have a privacy policy. This link to my website will also be in the handout. So you can literally copy and paste this and make it your own. You just have to replace dannysnyder.com with your website address, operated by Danny Snyder, with your name. And most of you are probably pretty familiar with privacy policy, so I'm not going to go read this word for word. But the main thing I say is, like, I collect this data, your email address and your first and last name, and I'm using it to send you promotional materials, newsletters, stuff like that. That's basically it. If you're doing more than that, you need to write that here. So for example, here, I'm going to show you Amy Funderburk is an artist that is part of the Artist Relief Project. She's taken many classes before. And what I really like about Amy's website is that when you subscribe, first you have to read the privacy policy here. So on this page, you can actually read, where did I say it? Here we go. You can actually read the privacy policy. And then here, when I sign up for it, what I really like about her page is that I'm not only just giving my email address and my first and last name, but also how I found out about her. That's really, really helpful information for her as far as what marketing tools she's using. Are they working or not working? You'll notice here, I don't have to put my mailing address in. I have that choice. And what's really nice is, am I an artist? Yes, I'm interested in special notices about your workshops and seminars. That's really helpful for her too, to know who her audience is. So I really think this is a great idea if you can set up a form like this on your website. She's also using MailChimp like I do, and WordPress. So what's really great is MailChimp and WordPress work really, really well together. So if you have a WordPress website, definitely recommend MailChimp. But yeah, so she's got the survey form, so she can actually find out more about her audience as they're coming into her newsletter. And I'll actually come back to her newsletter in just a bit. But first, I need to remind people first, it's really easy to assume that certain people in your life will want to be on your newsletter. Not necessarily. You may think it's okay to put a certain family member or friend on your newsletter without actually showing them your privacy policy, but I would not make that assumption. I would definitely ask them first, engage with them first before you just automatically put them on your newsletter, okay? And I would try also not to take it personally if they don't want to sign up for your newsletter. Like for me, I get so much stuff, especially in regards to activism in my inbox, that I just can't hardly keep up with even like a quarter of it, if that. So for me, I'm just not really wanting to sign up for any newsletters. And I hope people don't take it personally, but I'm like, you know what, this time, no, I'm not going to sign up for it, because honestly, I'm not going to read it. And you want to have readers who actually read your stuff. So try not to take it personally if your best friend or your mom is like, I actually don't want to sign up. It's okay. There are other ways you can engage with them that work better for them. In fact, ask them, what are some other ways where I can keep you up to date with the work that I'm doing, with the projects that I'm doing. But yeah, for legal reasons, it's really better that you definitely make sure that you have permission to store their information before you just start adding them to a newsletter, okay? I don't know if this has ever happened to you. This actually happened to me today when I got a newsletter that was like a welcome letter, like welcome to signing up to this thing. And I have no idea how they got my name or my email address. I know I definitely didn't sign up for it. And I am already like not interested. This could be a good company, but I'm already like, nope, I don't trust it. Get me off of this. So you've probably had that experience before. You never want your audience to have that kind of experience or any kind of fear associated with your art. Okay. So again, that example of my website will be included in the handout. Okay, so number 5, moving on. Determine structure of newsletters. A, you should create a welcome letter confirmation email. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to show you all Amy's website, because now I'm going to show you what her confirmation email looks like. I can, here we go. Took me a second to find the right window, apologies. So when I signed up for her newsletter, I get this subscription confirmation email. Your subscription to our list has been confirmed. For your records, here is a copy. You'll all notice my email address here, which, let's pause for a moment. If you ever have any questions and like very, very, very specific questions to like the work that you're doing, questions that are going to require more time to discuss, maybe some deeper brainstorming, please email me. This is my email address with the Artist Relief Project. It's resources@artlyworld.org. Let me put that in the chat. All right. So please feel free to email me. And then, yeah, here is just a summary of the answers that I gave. So it's kind of almost like a protection for you too, to be like, hey, you agreed to this. Hey, this is what you said. Hope that's okay. We're moving on now. Now, one thing that Amy could do is and this is something I've been working on too, is having a welcome letter. Welcome letters are really, really nice. Not just like, hey, we confirm your email address, but actually like, welcome to this cool community. Here are some really cool, exciting things to look forward to in this newsletter world of Danny Snyder or whatever it is, okay? And I'm going to come back to MailChimp here. One thing that's really cool with MailChimp, and this is a new feature, are these customer journeys. And this is, I have a free account with MailChimp, y'all, just so you know that. This is a free account. I can do all this with a free account. Oh, I can deliver great experiences with customer journeys. What does that mean? Well, for example, contact signs up to your audience. So a person signs up to my newsletter. I can tag them as a new customer, and then I can send a welcome letter to them. So I can kind of categorize my audience, like the people who aren't maybe necessarily new to the work I'm doing and the people who are new to the work I'm doing. Or I'll discuss this a little bit more later, or maybe a group of people that aren't interacting in all of my newsletters and I want to try to reach back out to them. I can even make a category with just that audience. So this takes time. So again, when you're thinking about time management, we'll come back to this in a little bit, but organizing your audience does take some time. So yeah, create a welcome letter. And with most email platforms, you can do that. You can create an automatic letter that goes to any new people that sign up. Okay, B, create a general outline for your periodic newsletters. This is something we're definitely going to be talking about next week, is not only the goal and the strategy, but then what might the general shape of each newsletter look like. Each newsletter might be completely different. That's totally fine. But I think it'll help save you time and energy if you have some sort of basic structure formula that you use in each newsletter. It also helps your audience to know what to expect. And especially if you're giving them what they want, like you want to kind of keep with that. Now, if you're not getting any response or any kind of interaction with your newsletters, then yeah, let's totally change the structure. But I think it's good to pick a structure and again, really try it, like really, really try it. Like maybe after 4 or 5 months, if there's no interaction, sure, change the structure. But like for the first year, really pick a strategy and stick to it.